for the grand prize. M Grand 7 2021 model worth 11.5 million naira.
For the winner, season 1, Niger Boss Factor, John Ibachole!
This year, it is even bigger and better.
My name is Joel Idadile, the winner of Niger Boss Factor Season 1. Those of you that didn't enroll, I'm sorry, you have missed out big time. You scammed yourself. You think they were trying to scam you.
Register for the Niger Boss Factor Season 2 with the sum of 5,500 naira payable to GT Bank account number 0561 094 161. Send payment proof to WhatsApp portal number 0901 625 2525. Go to www.bossfm.ng to complete your registration. Call 0808 237 0000 or 0811 584 1500 for more information. Niger Boss Factors.
A very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Africa Today. I am Peace Ogenegbawe. First, let's talk the headlines. On the headlines, Buhari unhappy with military performance despite logistics provided. DR Congo to receive East Africa Joint Forces. Somali minister survives assassination attempt. And on sports minister rejects foreign coach for Eagles. Now the news in detail. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday told the security agencies that they were not doing enough to end the security challenges in the country, despite enormous logistics provided by his administration. Buhari frowned on the fact that his previous directives to the military to end insecurity in the country had not yielded much result. It directed all operational and intelligence agencies to rescue and hurt all persons kidnapped by terrorists, including those in the recent Kaduna-bound train. The Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, while speaking, explained the basis for heavy security presence in the southeast, saying the police would no longer tolerate attacks on their men. Meanwhile, the National Security Advisor, that is the NSA, Major General Babagana Monguno, expressed the president's reservations while speaking with newsmen yesterday after a 3.5-hour meeting of the National Security Council at the State House, Abuja, presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari. Nigeria's Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, believes that suspension of the strike embarked on by the Academic Staff Union of Universities, that is ASU, is dependent on the union. Ngige made the comment when he spoke to newsmen on Thursday, calling for the varsity lecturers to be considerate. The #1 Labour man expressed worry about the incessant strikes in public universities in Nigeria, stressing that he has not rested in a bid to see that the schools are reopened. The minister noted that there would be a meeting of all stakeholders next week as part of moves to resolve the lingering strike. More than 2 months after lecturers downed tools, the ASU president, Emmanuel Osodeke, alleged that the government has been insensitive to the union's demands. As part of strengthening and enhancing security in the West African sub-region, the Nigerian Army has deployed 173 officers and soldiers to Guinea-Bissau on an ECOWAS peacekeeping operation. The Chief of Operations, Army Headquarters, Major General Oluwafemi Akinjobi, announced this on Thursday as the graduation and pre-deployment training of the troops from the Martin Luther Agwai Peacekeeping Center in Jaji, Kaduna State. While addressing the troops, the Chief of Operations, represented by Major General Zakari Abubakar, warned the contingent to abide by the rules of engagement, exhibit braveness as professionals, and also respect the cultural sensitivity of the people of Guinea-Bissau. It said Nigeria remains the beacon of peace and gatekeeper of the ECOWAS sub-region, and the federal government of Nigeria is committed to the deployment of a contingent to maintain peace in the Republic of Guinea-Bissau. He also noted that the history of peacekeeping in Africa cannot be written without the commitment and sacrifices of Nigeria. When the news return, news from other parts of West Africa. Do stay with us.
It happened last year when we had 7 finalists vying for the grand prize, M Grand 7 2021 model worth 11.5 million naira.
For the winner, season 1, Niger Boss Factor, John Ibachole!
This year, it is even bigger and better.
My name is Joel Idajile, the winner of Niger Boss Factor Season 1. Those of you that didn't enroll, I'm sorry, you have missed out big time. You scammed yourself. You think they were trying to scam you.
Register for the Niger Boss Factor Season 2 with the sum of 5,500 naira payable to GT Bank account number 0561 094 161. Send payment proof to WhatsApp portal number 0901 625 2525. Go to www.bossfm.ng to complete your registration. Call 0808 237 0000 or 0811 584 1500 for more information. Niger Boss Factor Season 2. Celebrate culture, celebrate life. Terms and conditions apply.
You're still watching Africa Today on Hills TV. Now to other parts of West Africa. East African heads of state have agreed to deploy a joint military force to Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo to deal with the armed groups operating in that region. At a summit in the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, on Thursday, the regional leaders resolved that such a force should be mobilized with immediate effect. A statement from the summit says all armed groups operating in the eastern DR Congo should unconditionally participate in the political process to resolve their grievances, as those that do not will be dealt with militarily. Dozens of rebel groups operate in the mineral-rich region, which some of them originating from neighboring countries and associated with DR Congo's neighbors. The last few weeks have seen a resurgence of one of the biggest fighting groups, the M23 rebels, and DR Congo joined the 7-member East African Community Regional Bloc last month in what some analysts see as a move towards seeking joint resolutions to its security challenges in the East. And now to Mali, where Mali's ruling junta has announced the launch of a 2-year transition process before elections are held in defiance of West African bloc partners. The military seized power in August 2020 and has been under pressure to return the nation to democratic rule. In March, the Economic Community of West African States, that is ECOWAS, demanded the organization of elections within 12 to 16 months, but the bloc's mediation has failed to persuade Bamako to limit the transition period. Chongwel Maiga, the prime minister installed by Mali's military, said they could not go below 24 months unless they decide to postpone or not carry out the certain actions until the end. However, ECOWAS still wants elections held in no more than 16 months, and Maiga said discussions continue with the regional grouping. We now move to other parts of Africa after this break. To stay with us. You're welcome back. Somali Foreign Minister Abdisaid Musa Ali says he has survived an assassination attempt involving regional government forces in the northeastern state of Puntland. Ali tweeted late on Thursday that he had been on holiday in the town of Galkayo when a regional police commander ordered local security forces to attack him. He said the attack happened when his family was having iftar, the meal taken after sunset during Ramadan that was hosted by a local traditional elder. Puntland Deputy Leader Ahmed Karash condemned the incident and promised an investigation. The incident comes amidst heightened political tensions in Somalia and the prolonged electoral process marred by alleged corruption and irregularities. And now to Rwanda, where the Rwandan President Paul Kagame says his country is not trading human beings in his first comment on Rwandan's deal with the UK on migrants. Under the deal, asylum seekers arriving in the UK on small boats will be relocated to Rwanda for processing and resettlement. Kagame, who was on a visit to Congo-Brazzaville, Jamaica, and Barbados when the deal was signed, said it would be a mistake to think Rwanda was just getting money for migrants, saying they are not trading human beings, but actually helping. The controversial 120 million euros, which is 15 million pounds, deal has made global headlines, and the authorities in both countries have faced criticism. And now to Kenya, where the former Kenyan President Mwai Kibaki has died, according to an announcement made by Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta. Kibaki was Kenya's third president since independence in 1963 from British colonial rule. Meanwhile, Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta has said his country will be in national mourning until sunset on the day former President Mwai Kibaki will be buried. Kenyatta also said the former president will be accorded a state funeral, and all flags in the country and diplomatic missions have been ordered to fly at half-mast. Kenyan leaders have started paying tribute to former President Mwai Kibaki, whose death was announced on Friday. He was in office from 2002 to 2013. Up next on Africa Today is business news. Do stay with us. You're welcome back. According to a new report by the National Bureau of Statistics, that is NBS, the average retail price for cooking gas increased by 83.62% from 257 naira 71 kobo in March 2021. The report indicated that the average price of refilling a 5 kg cylinder of liquefied petroleum gas stood at 3,778.30 naira in March 2022, from 3,700 naira 58 kobo recorded in February 2022, showing an increase of 1.88% month on month. According to the state's profile analysis, the highest average price for refilling a 5 kg cylinder of LPG was recorded in Ekiti with 4,200 naira, followed by Niger with 4,163 naira 33 kobo, and Imo with 4,150 naira. On the other hand, Adama recorded the lowest average price with 2,604 naira 1 kobo, followed by Yobe and Kano with 2,740 naira and 3,300 naira respectively. In addition, prices analyzed by zones showed that the average retail price for refilling the 5 kg cylinder of LPG was highest in the southeast with 3,992 naira 56 kobo, followed by the southwest with 3,900 naira 55 kobo, and South 3,877 naira 8 kobo, while Northeast recorded the lowest average retail price of 3,419 naira 37 kobo. The average price of refilling a 12.5 kg cylinder of LPG increased to 7,617 naira 71 kobo in March 2022 from 7,447 naira 79 kobo in March 2022, representing a 2.8% month-on-month increase. Similarly, on year-on-year basis, the average retail price of refilling 12.5 kg cooking gas increased by 74.75%. From 4,359 naira 23 kobo in March 2021. The Central Bank of Nigeria, that is CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele, has listed conditions that are required for Nigeria's exchange rate to stabilize and achieve drop in dollar demand. Nigeria exchanges at 489 naira to dollar at parallel markets and 416 naira 8 kobo to dollar at official markets. This also came as the World Bank advised Nigeria to rethink the provision of 4 trillion naira for petrol subsidy payments in 2022 budget. David Malpass, President World Bank Group, said this at the ongoing press conference of the 2022 IMF World Bank Spring meeting. Speaking yesterday at the sidelines of the ongoing World Bank IMF Spring meetings in Washington, D.C., Emefiele said that 40% of Nigeria's forex needs to go to petrol, rice, sugar, and wheat imports. He said the Apex Bank has instituted policies that ensure that rice import is stopped and gradually achieve local refining of petroleum products. Democratic Republic of Congo government has announced an increase in salaries of civil servants and career public officials from the month of April 2022. The 30% increase was made public by Jean-Pierre Lihoux, or the Deputy Prime Minister in charge of the civil service. According to Lihoux, the government and the civil service syndicate group agreed on a progressive increase that will include the military and police. Another 45% increase is planned for the third quarter of the year. The salary increment is the Congolese government's response to the public outcry and recurrent demand of civil servants concerning the high cost of basic needs, touching on their standard of living. A loaf of bread that was selling for 200 Congolese francs a few days ago now costs more than double. A section of civil servants remain on Achilles' heel on the government's move and the calling for major reforms and the cleanup of the public administration, including the departure of some 350,000 people eligible for retirement. Still to come, sports news. Do stay with us.
My name is Joel Idajile, the winner of Naija Boss Factor Season 1. I just want to say I'm so excited because, wow, this is a very big thing that has happened to me. And concerning this Season 2 that is coming, I'm just telling you, those that are going to be competing, bring in your A game. This is not something you come casually. Come with your A game, come for it. And Season 2 is up. Those of you that didn't enroll, I'm sorry, you have missed out big time. You scammed yourself. You think they were trying to scam you, but you scammed yourself. Thank you.
So, Boss FM 95.5 Abuja carry this one. Say if you sabi sing, you sabi rap. You dey cook, you sabi cook. You dey shop, you sabi chop. Any kind talent, any which one? All of them. Yeah, time for the Naija Boss Factor idea. fashion designer. You dey do storytelling, I been a spoken words. Your own na technology. You dey do.
Good afternoon and welcome to Sports News on Africa Today. I am Ainan Lubem. The Nigeria Football Federation, that is NFF, is still miles away from appointing a new Super Eagles coach following the failure of Nigeria to qualify for the 2022 FIFA World Cup, as confidential reports have it that the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, under the leadership of Sunday Dare, is averse to the appointment of a foreign coach. Informed sources told reporters that the minister, having insisted on the NFF interviewing all the shortlisted coaches, is not keen on going the way of another foreign coach after Gennett Rowe. Instead, the sports minister is comfortable with a homegrown coach taking charge of the Super Eagles, and by so doing will help groom players from the domestic league. It was also gathered that though the NFF had also appointed coaches Salisu and Finidi George for the Super Eagles, the minister feels that Salisu should take a rest from the team, while Finidi, on the other hand, is still new to the local league. Remo Stars recovered from a nervy start to defeat visiting Dakada 4-1 on match day 24 of the Nigerian Professional Football League. It was a win that manager Gbenga Ogunbote believes has positioned his side to achieve their season's objective. He praised the players for scoring the highest goals return this season. Following the win, the Sky Blues moved into third place on the NPFL's log with 40 points, 2 points ahead of Enugu Rangers, who lost at Niger Tornadoes. The midweek clash had the Sky Blues continue their search for a continental ticket, while the visitors looked to stay clear of the drop zone. But after what looked like a very even run first half, it was a different Remo Stars that emerged in the second half, as the home team took the lead in the 33rd minute through Flying Eagles invitee Tolulope Ojo, who curled in a brilliant shot after he was set up by Dayo Ojo. The celebration that greeted the opening goal was hardly over when the visitors equalized through Etido Dan. Andy Ikpe, however, increased the lead just before the hour mark, as Dakada failed to deal with a long throw-in into their box as the lanky striker easily headed into the top corner. Sikiru Alimi finished the game off the death with a sumptuous goal, and the striker continued his impressive goal return since his return to the league. Away from the shores of Nigeria, where the country's football officials announced on Thursday that former Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain player Kaba Diawara, formerly of Bordeaux, has been confirmed as Guinea's new coach. Sega Diallo, vice president of the Normalization Committee, which manages the current affairs of the Guinean Football Federation, Kaba said Diawara was chosen from 4 candidates and judged more likely to lead the national team towards the expected performances. He had been appointed coach of the Sili National of Guinea 3 months before the Africa Cup of Nations, that is Chan, succeeding the French Didier Six, who had been in office since 2019. Findings show that Guinea was eliminated from the last CHAN in the 8th final by Gambia with a scoreline of 1-0. For the qualifiers of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea is in the same group as Malawi, Ethiopia, and Egypt. The Confederation of African Football, that is CAF, has awarded the organization of the 2025 CHAN. Kabara Diawara played in his hometown Toulon, and then in Bordeaux. He then played for a number of clubs, including Arsenal, Marseille, PSG, Nice, and Gençspor in Turkey. In December, persistent dispute led to the indefinite postponement of both the presidential and parliamentary elections, on which the international community had high hopes of finally stabilizing the vast North African country. After missing this electoral deadline, Libya has had 2 rival prime ministers since February. And that's your sports news on Africa Today. Back to Peace for the rest of the news.
Welcome back. A new textile hall at a museum in Cairo opened to mark World Heritage Day in Cairo. That's the much we'll take on Africa Today. But before we go, a quick look at the headlines again. We told you that Buhari is unhappy with the military performance despite logistics provided. So that DR Congo is to receive East African Joint Forces. Somali minister has survived assassination attempt. And sports minister has rejected foreign coaches for Eagles in Nigeria. Remember to visit us on Instagram at Hills TV, Facebook at Hills TV, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hills TV. My name is Peace Ogenegbawe. Thank you for watching.